We've got the boots and 3 pots from every member. Absolutely standard build. Everyone has boots, 3 pots. Supports, of course, have the fairy charm, a couple of wards in their back pocket, and a health potion to top them off. Do you think we're going to see some early game aggression from either of these teams here, Studio?
I think they're going to try, but as you can see in the minimap, they're both kind of avoiding each other. They actually know they retreat on Curse. This could be an engagement, but they're just going to play defensively. It's very scary, especially against somebody like Alistar. You walk into the wrong bush, pulverize, you're knocked up in the air, you feel bad, you feel sad, you land, you're dead.
Most definitely, most definitely. And depending on what Lulu takes first, she could have her Glitter Lance, which is an 80% slow, or she could get her Polymorph ability, which is also pretty brutal. So the level 1 from SGS looks very, very strong, and that's something that Curse, I don't think, wants to contend with at all. They do have the Dark Binding. They have the Nunu, the low ball. Lulu and Nunu is going to throw me off the entire game. I'll tell you that right now. But it looks like Curse has a very offensive and defensive ward set up. They have an offensive ward, which works defensively kind of as well, to see where the enemy jungler is at SGS's the Sentinels Wraith camp, and they also have a very defensive ward at their own Wraith camp. So they're looking out for the counter jungle, and they're also looking out for where the enemy jungler is at all times. Right now, it looks like Singapore Sentinels is going to go ahead and move in and try to contest this blue buff. Little do they know, no one's home. Not who's there.
And
absolutely
see,
no one.
Curse, they know that Singapore Sentinels is not their blue buff. They know that they're not at the Wraiths or the red buff, so they have to be at their own blue. So they have the knowledge it is being stolen right now. That's fine. With that knowledge, they can go ahead, invade appropriately, jungle appropriately, and it'll be cool. And actually, Olaf heading towards that bot lane, we have a lane swap coming out from Curse.
It looks like we definitely do, and it's going to be a telling thing to see if Singapore Sentinels will predict it. Will they send Jack's bot lane? It looks like they are. It looks like Lulu and Corki are going to make their way up top, and they are going to have a 2-on-2 situation up top and just a 1-on-1 situation down bot. But look at Alistar poised, ready, sharpening his horns for an early gank here in the bot rush. What's going to happen? Level 2 Alistar versus level 1 Olaf with a level 1 Jax as well. When will he make his move? He's sitting there. He's crouched. He's ready. Westrice is sitting in his own brush. No flash on Westrice. There is Ghost. Ghost and Westrice. Ghost teleport. And there's the aggression. The Ghost, he's going to actually run straight into the enemy jungle, trying to put a little distance between himself and Jax. Oh, will Alistar be too keen? Looks like he's going to walk through the tri-brush. Now Westrice caught in a bad place. Is he going to try to potentially teleport away? Looks like he's going to do.
He will make it.
In the brush, and Alistar actually does not see him. Sneaky, sneaky Westrice goes up top. They're going to swap lanes. Wow, what an impressive play right there. Taking teleport early and actually almost baiting the aggression from a level 2 Alistar. Really, really good play from Westrice saying, now you see me, now you don't, I'm top lane.
That's a great switch. Now, they have to be careful. Westrice doesn't have his summoners up. If they catch him, he can die super easily, super quickly. Lulu Corki has a lot of damage potential. They know about the swap, though. Looks like Singapore Sentinels might be reacting themselves. Going to go head towards that bot lane. And, this is a very odd game with these swaps.
So far, brilliant insight on the no summoner thing, because they can play as aggressively as they want it, and Westrice will have almost no way of getting away. Of course, the Glitter Lance will slow by a large percentage. Actually, St. Fishes with the exhausted Zillion. Will he be able to take the Dark Binding? Barely whiffs on Zillion, but first blood happens. And it looks like Morgana is going to pick that one up. A double buff St. Fishes will walk away with a time bomb ticking over his head, but it'll be for naught. Looks like he's going to be able to escape from that. And wow, first blood there for Jack.
I mean, with Zillion, he does have that mobility, but Exhaust is such a strong slow, it will override his speed up. I do not believe he actually had it leveled up at that point either, only level 3. So a great gank using the Exhaust and Shyvana. Normally Shyvana, not a good ganker. She's very fast, but has no way to keep people in place. With Exhaust and red buff, you're dead if you get hit by her once.
Yeah, most definitely. So he's using that Exhaust straight to his advantage. Now, Exhaust, some junglers take it. You see it on Mundo sometimes. You see it on Shyvana. Why is that? Why don't you see like a jungle Fiddlesticks run Exhaust? Oh, maybe you do, but Jack's up top taking a little bit of aggression from Westrice. But why is that? Why is she work so well with Exhaust?
Shyvana, she has a mobility with her ultimate, so she can stay safe. Also, actually in the bot lane, we have a gank going on. They slow with the creep. The pulverize does not land. Element and couple just walk right on out of there. Be safe, be calm. It's okay.
It was a beautiful long range, and what Lulu did there was she cast Help Picks on a creep that extended the range of Glitter Lance, and with expert positioning, she was able to actually apply one of those lances onto Cop, forcing him to burn his flash to escape.
Some advanced tech right there coming out from Lulu, and it was good. Unfortunately, Flash with the headbutt, you can dodge headbutt with Flash, and that was just well-timed. Good move coming out from Cop.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now Alistar is going to return to his own jungle, going to farm up his golems right now, but it looks like Zillion is going to pink St. Fishes. He does see him right here with that pink ward that they have there. They did clear out that early ward from Curse. The double bomb will happen. The black shield will protect him from a little bit of damage. Jackie's saying, hey, I like you. You're my friend. Up top, Olaf is farming effectively, 25 CS right now to Jax's 19, so he's got a 6 CS lead right there, perhaps due to the lane switch. You know, Jax took a little time to meander his way on up top. Down bot, again, still farming. This is kind of just a... other than that first blood, it's been a fairly passive game. You know, there was the kind of failed gank from Alistar, but still not all the aggression, I would say, that we usually see from these two teams.
Well, actually, we do have Alistar in the bot lane. They're setting something up. The laughing and taunting coming out from Elements and Cop might be very dissuading. You know, we do have Luyur sitting there in the bush. A trap was laid down. He's spotted. Actually, top lane, Jax taken very low, barely gets out of there. You know, Westright showing his work with Olaf, one of his best characters.
Yeah, and that leap strike to a friendly minion underneath his own turret will let Jax escape from that predicament unscathed. Oh, well, he was pretty scathed.
No, he was
pretty scathed. He was pretty scathed.
A lot
I
of
take that
scathing
back.
going on up there,
But he did a good job of escaping, and that's one of the strengths of leap strike. You can use it on allied minions, allied champions, enemy minions.
Wards.
He is just very versatile. And wards as well.
With
Always
great
carry
escape.
a ward. I wonder, it looks like Jax does have a ward, but that's mostly going to be used. Actually, he does already have a ward in top lane, so before that ward expires, he's going to have another avenue of escape. You know, you don't have to put that ward down until the previous one expires, so it's just a nice little thing to have, I would say, in your back pocket.
Now, the problem he has is he's losing to Olaf in lane. He's down 10 CS. It may not matter if he can escape. If he's just getting zoned, can't get that CS, that farm, that's going to be a huge issue.
And look at this. We see Curse switching up lanes again. Olaf is working his way down bottom. He has recovered the use
Can
of
he get the
his
vision
ghost.
ward, or can he get the ward in time? It's
Looks
taken
like-
down.
Oh, he will. He will definitely
Okay.
get that third auto attack off. Now, we'll say last hitting with Zilean is an art form, but, you know, hitting wards, a little bit easier of a thing. Just 3 hits and they are dead. But that vision ward almost timed out, losing the vision of it, but a great pickup right there from Zilean. And now it looks like Westright is going to sit in the spot lane. I'm not quite sure if they saw him enter that brush. Do they know that there's a lane switch going on? Does Corki know of the danger that lurks in that brush? That is a large Techno Viking, barely whiffing the undertow. Kind of unfortunate there for Westright, but he
Ooh, that
says,
was actually
oh,
hard.
second time, I'll get you there. Don't worry about it.
And this is the thing, Darkness, you know, he can zone him quite well, he can poke quite well against Olaf, but every axe he takes, if we ever see Olaf actually get a reckless swing off, he will take so much damage. And it's scary being against an Olaf. We do have Dragon coming out though, forcing for Sentinels. They know Corki and Nunu, or Caitlyn and Nunu are top lane. They know they can just take this very easily. It's a good decision. But blue buff is being stolen by St. Vicious.
Wow, they're actually going to use the ultimate to let Alistar continue taking this. He goes down to the dragon, but Curse is none the wiser. That is going to be a dragon for SGS right there. Westress comes in the very end, at the end of the party, as everyone's dispersing with their party favors, which is a dragon, and place down a ward. Just have vision for that, for the next
I want to
one.
go to a party where I get a sack of gold.
I would love that party as well.
I'll invite you if I hear about it. But we do have the top lane being pressured by 3 people. A big push going on up there. You know, Nunu, Kate, Shyvana. That is a good push. Look at this tower. It's going to die in about 10 seconds.
Blood
There's
Boil.
nothing they can do about it. Blood Boil, such a good attack speed boost. Goodbye, turret. We knew you barely.
You know what I would love to see from Curse towards you know, the 15, 20 plus minute mark? A sneaky Baron.
They can sneak a Baron
Caitlyn
quite well.
can outrange Baron.
Really?
I'm almost positive she can.
Someone needs to
I know.
still
I think
tank it.
Tristana can.
Just,
Well, they
you'd be able
Shyvana
to.
could ultimate over the wall, and if there's a ward outside the Baron pit, Singapore Sentinels could be none the wiser.
We'll see if that happens.
We'll
But
see if
right
it
now,
happens.
we do have Alistar. He hasn't gotten the gank stop. That's actually what makes Alistar scary. At least in the North American scene, his gank potential is amazing. So he hasn't gotten the gank stop. He's not doing very well in the jungle. He's not a solid jungler. And if you look at the gold right now, we have Morgana at about 3,000 gold compared to Zillion's 2,400. And why Jackie, he's got the farm in the first blood gold, really using it.
Yeah, he's doing really, really well. He is low on mana. The blue buff looks like it has spawned. Looks like Shyvana St. Vicious, which have you, is going to go ahead and start that and donate it into the tiny native hands of Mr. NY Jackie.
NY Jackie, amazing player, loves to do things like read Chinese novels while walking in San Francisco. Very impressive, actually.
Yeah, he can multitask with the best of them. 3.1k gold amassed right now on Morgana to his counterpart 2.5k gold for Zilean. So he's definitely up in CS, 82 to 67. He does have that first blood under his belt as well. As far as 80 carries are concerned, let's see, Caitlyn, 64 CS, 2.5k amassed gold to Corki's 2.5 and 64 CS. Wow, I've never seen more even that. I don't think.
Pretty balanced, pretty balanced. Actually, we do have the counter strike coming out from Jax. The stun does land. Alistar a bit too far away. The motion was not needed because Cop just walked away from that.
Yeah, he definitely uses the caliber net. I think it's 60 caliber.
60 caliber net, and you can actually interrupt that with a stun. The thing is, it's almost impossible to interrupt it with a recent buff to it. So Cop, with good timing, was still able to escape that stun and that gank.
Yeah, the recent buff that you speak of, for anyone that does not know, they made the animation just a hair faster. Usually, you used to have a tiny bit of a cast time. There's a little thing where she poised her gun and took the shot. but it's much faster now, and it's a much better escape. I really, really like it. Now, you see Cop actually running Flash Cleanse and Corki with the Flash Ignite. What, is there a particular member of the enemy Singapore Sentinels team that he's using Cleanse for right here?
Well, it's the Jack Stun, the Zillion Slowdown, the Heat, Corki Ignite. There's a lot of things that can, shut down Cop, and he wants to stay at range. He wants to keep auto-attacking. Caitlyn, she only really has a high auto-attack range. She does have decent attack support. Actually, we do have Alice from bot lane. I heard the room. I thought there was a gank coming, but it looks like Shyvana's going to run into Chawi here. The bombs land on him, he smites the blue Wraith and just walks right on out of there, taking quite a bit of damage, but does snag that gold.
Yeah, one double bomb combo taking Saint Vicious down to half health. He does have a Wriggles Lantern and only boots one, so no magic resist, no Merc Treads there, and a very, very early Oracles as well from Saint Vicious. Will he get a 2-for-1 Oracle in here? He gets knocked up in the Tribe Rush by Alistar, and he ultimates away, actually, and Elements is there to kind of zone a little bit with absolute zero, so Saint Vicious is going to be able to walk away from that one. Very, very nice play by him, and also a very nice support by, surprisingly, Elements.
Elements good support. Who knew?
Who knew?
But I have to say both teams are very respectful of each other. No one's going too crazy. No one's taking these huge risks. Singapore Sentinels, they don't want to lose first. Same deal. They know how good the other team is, so they're playing very cautiously. That's why it's 0-1 at the 12-minute mark. But there's been action. Actually, Alistar in the bot lane. Top does flash away, use the Caliber Net to get away, and Luer, he just can't get close enough. Doesn't have those mobility boots yet.
He's tried, but he cannot catch up to that Caliber Net and the Flash and the Blood Bowl.
Oh, yeah,
don't forget about that onto Caitlyn. Yeah, she is very, very speedy.
Oh, the teleport's coming out from Westrise, though. Can they actually chase down? No, Sentinels just walks away.
Looks like it's going to be too little too late. However, Westrise in the top lane did take down that tier 1 top turret.
This is a push.
So his lane is pushed up just a little bit. So it looks like they're going to be okay. He's not quite trading top for a teleport bottom. That's a failed gank. It looks like Shyvana and Morgana may make their way up top to go for a gank on this Jax. They're checking out the blue buff. Do they have a timer on that? I believe they may.
They
It looks
stole it
like
with Dragon, so they should know when it's up. Actually, Zillion, might be in trouble in the mid lane.
It looks like
Can it
he
land? Can
will
it
get a Dark
land?
Binding. No, wow, man. Chawi has done a fantastic job of dodging Dark Bindings. He dodged it the first time when First Blood came out. That would have completely murdered him, but he still went down even though he dodged it. But I haven't really seen him get hit by a single Dark Binding yet.
I mean, NY Jackie, good player, but you can react to bindings. And, with that speed up, it's very easy to do so. Up in the top lane, we actually do have Darkness cut out by Westrise and Saint Vicious. This is not a good situation. He gets a stun off, flashes away, but the slow does land. He is exhausted. Leaf Strikes 2 award. Can he get out of this situation?
I do not know. He's running down the river, trying to juke as much as possible. Doesn't want to get hit by another Undertow. And here comes Jackie. Will he be able to finish off? Will he be able to execute the Dark Bindings? Wow, Leap Strike and Stun will land, and the Zillion ultimate will save him. He's going to revive, but is he in a bad place? I think he's going to be in for a rude awakening as soon as he gets up.
Can't leap
the
strike
Ignite,
away.
no Leap Strike, no mana. He gets sped up by Zillion. Looks like he's just going to take one for the team, let Zillion escape. Will Saint Vicious be able to? His rage is almost up. He does have his ultimate. Is Saint Vicious going to use it to close the distance? He does indeed. Lands right on top of him, and with a nice Dark Flame spit, he takes down Jax. That was a chase.
That was a hell of a chase. Singapore Sentinels, he was in a bad spot for the start of the fight. That's how they just secured that kill. But they put up such a good fight. One misstep. If Jackson had a little bit more mana, he could have gotten away from that situation. Great play all around.
It was a great fight for a 2v3.
And I gotta say, I love the aggression coming out from Curse. Now they take the blue buff. Now they're taking control of the map. Dragon is being secured by Singapore Sentinels again, but Curse, the way they're playing, they don't care about it. They didn't get the last Dragon, and they're still ahead by about 2,600 gold at the 14-minute mark. That is just, good farming, good play coming out from them.
Yeah, right now I feel like they're just saying, we know you're doing the Dragon, we do have Vision Ward on. Will the snipe go off? Almost taking down Lulu, but here's Saint Vicious. Will be able to clean it up. I think he has a face Sorceress on the menu tonight, but no, she flashes the wall. It looks like Cop's going to Valkyrie. Not Cop. Corki's going to Valkyrie over that wall as well. Elements with a very aggressive flash. Will he get the exhaust on? He does. The snowball lands thereafter. Will Corki be able to flash over here? No, he doesn't. He gets Dark Binding, and he goes down in the middle of an absolute zero. That kill will be donated straight to Elements' pocket, and it looks like Curse is going to push this bottom turret, perhaps?
Lulu is low. There is no defense because Corki has died. They can push it, and with the aggressive push top, I would not be surprised to see it. So, I mean, there's some good play coming out from Curse. The Dragon does go to Singapore Sentinels in the end, but they pick up a kill. They're going to pick up this turret most likely because 2-new Caitlyn is really good at pushing.
Yeah,
Alex was there for though.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to have to go back, though. He is actually really, really low. Lulu's making her way down bot. She is meandering on over there. The turret is about half health. Actually, Alistar decides to stay, cancel his recall. He's going to stick around for this party that's inevitably going to happen down bot. He does get chunked a little bit by Nunu Ice Blast. Nunu does have...
Oh, they're setting up the ult?
No. Are they going to do it? Nope. Doesn't look like it. So Alistair's going to go back with just under 300 health. Meantime, Lulu's going to try to clear this wave, but Cop and Element's pushing too strong to take down that turret. And then they turn on the aggression. But here's Corky here. He got the Gatling gun.
Comes out from Lulu. They will burst him down. He does go down.
He does indeed. Caitlyn goes down very, very quickly. He does not blow any of his summoner spells, though, so he knew he was going down, and he decided to save them again for a rainy day. So he's going to have those summoners up next time a team fight breaks out, if it does break out in the next few minutes.
And I have to say, you know, Cop, he did get caught out there, but they got the turret at least. So the goal difference actually has shrunk to about 1,500 in the end. That kill was quite a bit. So Singapore Sentinels, they fell behind very quickly, but they're catching up very rapidly at the same time. I'm liking the play coming out from them. They do not have any turrets, so the map control greatly in favor of Curse right now.
Yeah, they have one turret down up top that they took just a few minutes ago, but Curse is up 2 turrets. They have the tier 1 bot turret down and the tier 1 top turret down. Jackie doing his best to go ahead and defend that mid turret. He is showing that he doesn't want his mid turret touched. I know exactly what he's saying right now, and it's just a lot of gibberish, pretty much. That's what he does.
All right, let's go
pause
ahead.
in the game.
Yeah, take a good breather. It's been a good game.
Exactly, exactly. It is 3-2 in the favor of Curse right now as far as kills are concerned, and as far as towers are concerned, also 2-1. So we're going to get this issue fixed real quick. In the meantime, you can take a look at us. Look at us. Hey,
Yeah, you know.
hey, we're here. And we've been here all day at this fantastic IPL San Francisco face-off, and we've been having a lot of fun hanging out with players. I got to control the camera for the World Elite, or World Elite Gigabyte.
Dynamic.
Yeah.
No,
Dynamic
Team Wii
game.
Dynamic. Team Wii Dynamic. There we go.
Team Wii Dynamic for their game, and it was a really, really enjoyable game. But for the matter at hand right now, they are up 2 dragons. They're down 1 turret. They're down in gold. Is SGS going to be able to pull us up?
I think they can. I hear some game sound. Let's hop back in.
Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Night Jackie continuing farming in mid. Unpause. Always a fantastic thing. That pause feature is very handy.
I'm so glad it's in the game now.
I absolutely love it. Right now, it looks like Singapore Sentinels is pinging Shyvana. They do know that she is coming to this tier 1 mid turret. Actually, I'll start blowing both of his skills, the pulverize and headbutt, on a creep just to get it out of the way.
Cannon Minion's #1 enemy.
Indeed,
Actually, bot lane, the aggression coming out onto Tofu. Can Westrice catch up?
Narrowly dodging that undertow in the stun. May lock Westrice down long enough for him to get away, but he actually leap strikes into a Caitlyn trap that was underneath the creep. Hello there, dodging another undertow. Will he be able to dodge a third? The leap strike will get him out of harm's way. Jax just showing the power of those escapes.
Oh, the soul's onto NY Jackie actually in the mid lane. They're trying to go ahead and start the fight. Never mind, we'll back off. That black shield, very scary, and I gotta say that trap, that might have been the #1 trap in the game right there. But he was barely able to escape that.
Yeah, I mean, if it had resulted in a kill, I would have said best trap in A. But right now, it was just barely hidden under that little creep's feet, and Jax just did not see it in time and almost went down to it. But man, the players on SGS are playing so well against the skill shots that are on Curse. The Dark Bindings, the Undertow, you know, the Piltover Peacemaker even, they are just zigzagging like they're running away from a fearsome crocodile right now.
Actually, equivocal on Lulu, she was about to die earlier, then St. Vicious tried to use the fireball on Shaban to kill him. He still flashed that. Like, they are aware of all the damage that can come out from every member of Curse right now, which is impressive, but, you know, Curse, they're holding their own. They've had a very good map presence. They have the 2 turrets down. They're going for actually 3 turrets now with mid going down. They're going for a push, it seems. Maybe pressuring going to go for either Dragon or Baron when they find that opportunity.
Yeah, and it looks like Morgana has completed her Zanya's Hourglass, so she's going to be really, really, really scary when it comes to a big 5-on-5 team fight. While Zilean, he's got 136 CS with his Rod of Ages. I mean, sure, he can revive someone in a team fight, but you know, the lanes aren't looking too good for Singapore Sentinels, so I don't think there's going to be a perfect target for that ultimate to hit that's really going to turn the tides of a battle, much like a completely soul-shackled Zanya's Morgana.
Their best bet would be Jax, but if you also look at Curse's team, they have sustained damage. Shyvana, Olaf, Caitlyn. I guess Morgana would be the only burst caster, but everybody else, if they are in a long fight, they are awesome. They just keep doing their DPS. It's not stopped unless they die.
And the thing about Zilean's ultimate, it brings it back, it prolongates the fight, and obviously, just like you said, that's exactly what Curse is expecting. That's exactly what they want to do. They want to have long fights. They're expecting the revive, and they're going to play around it, and it looks like they are going to hopefully look for a team fight here. You know, this is exactly what we saw some Korean style play with Zubu Blaze. You know, of course, Curse came back from MLJ Summer Arena with a little bit of knowledge in their pocket. Will the Zillion Bomb tick down just enough? Looks like we'll take that move up. But here's the aggression. The aggressive.
Fish is wanting it bad.
Dragons is sent right over the wall into 2 members of SGS. Now Elements is going to be the aggressor. He decides to use his big paws to hit Nunu, but Jackie locking down 2 members of SGS with a nice Soul Shackle.
Ultimate going to get a full channel off. Can they actually go ahead and take this fight? SGS going low. Cop is low himself. Will Ignite tick him down? No, he gets away. The health potion ticking. Luyard gets rooted in a horrible spot. Cop actually revives him with the Zillion ult. Now Curse actually on the retreat with Darkness coming in. Cop too low to really fight here. Darkness, you know, actually Valkyrie's over a trap, cannot continue chasing. The binding hits him. They will disengage from Curse. Actually, never mind. Luyard flashes over the wall, gets the headbutt off, doesn't land the pulverize though, and the fight still disengages. Jackie's so low.
Yeah, and somehow Curse takes 1 member of Singapore Sentinels with them home in a body bag, and Curse, no members of them dying.
That was a 4v5.
Great job. That was a 4v5. Wester's down bot the entire time. Corky was able to ride his Manatee up to victory, up in the top lane to that team fight, while Wester is saying, oh, I'm not going to make it. Whatever. I'll just push this. He had teleport up. There could have been a ward drop and teleport at any point in time, but he made a conscious decision to say, I'm going to stay bot and just push this tier 2 turret. Looks like he will not kill it quite yet, but that's okay. That's a lot of damage on a tier 2 turret that they can save for later.
Well, we did have 1 kill come out for Singapore Sentinels for Curse in that fight. Singapore Sentinels did pick up the dragon. Overall, a little bit more gold for them, so that's nice. They've gotten 3 dragons this game, which is 3? Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah,
3 dragons, yeah.
They've been picking up since the 9-minute mark, and they're staying very relevant because of those dragons. They're still behind a solid 2,000 gold. That's a lot of gold, but they're making up for the turret deficiency. If they did not have those dragons, this would be a completely different game.
Yeah, and Curse looking pretty good right now. They're up 2 kills. Like you said, they are up about 2.4k gold, up 2 turret kills, down 3 dragons, just like you said. But the thing, you know, that can turn a game around is dragons. They add up. They really do. 1,000 gold every 6 minutes, sure, we'll take that home. We'll put that in our Swiss bank account. But it's looking really even right now. I wouldn't give, you know, kind of an empirical advantage to either team, even though the gold advantage is slightly in Curse's favor.
It's all going to come down to that good positioning. I mean, if we see them just like run into each other, just like hands-on, it'll be in favor of Curse. Actually, Westrice getting the Phage procced onto him, trying to go for some aggression, was punished for it. But you're right, there is no team that's really significantly ahead to where I'm just like, whoa, watch out for him.
Yeah. Once I see a big 5-on-5 team fight, I will be able to say one way or another, oh, it looks like they're pretty much in the lead. That last fight, as you said, 4v5, Westrice was not there. So a little bit scary because Singapore Sentinels needs to realize that was a 4v5, and they pretty much lost the trade, which is really bad for them.
They took a lot of people low, but low isn't dead. And imagine if Westrice had been there to help actually finish off some people.
Which Olaf is so capable of doing.
Oh yeah, no, Olaf, a great cleaner, well known for his house services.
Yeah, he definitely puts on his French maid outfit from time to time and likes to clean house with his little push broom and feather duster. He does have the ghost, he does have the ultimate that, you know, negates all CC upon him, or that will be put upon him during the activation, during the duration of the ultimate. So really strong, able to get in there and just go to town on the enemy team. So it's going to be a scary 5-on-5 team fight for Singapore Sentinels. Yeah,
actually, it might be a scary 1v1 team fight. Never mind, Darkness flashes out of there. You know, Westrice, he's terrifying right now. He's had a lot of free farm. He used a teleport just to farm, and he is just solid this game. He's doing well. He's getting that farm. He is getting to that mid-game scary Olaf potential. Yeah, and I'd actually love to pull up his item build right now just to see what Olaf is rocking in the meantime. Hopefully, there we go. Olaf has a frozen mallet. He's got the ruby crystal. He's got the heart of gold. So 2 GP10s have been ticking pretty much all game. I wonder how much gold have those GP10s actually made? Actually, how much revenue have the GP10s of Olaf potentially made for him? Looks like 500 gold for heart of gold, and the Philo stone with 422 just shortly behind. Wow, those Philo stones those GP10s have been ticking for a long time. He bought them fast. He bought them actually almost right after each other. Only a 70 gold difference between them. And you know, he's farming. He's at 177 CS, not the most in the game, but actually about the most for Singapore Sentinels. Chowie on Zillion is 1 CS above him, but you know, Olaf, he's gonna be scary if he gets that farm, which he has been. Chowie spots out elements with a ward, bombs him, and actually St. Fish is not in a good spot. Dragons away, and he'll be fine. Yeah, he's very protective of that Oracles right now, especially in this stage of the game. He knows that there is a Baron dance looming, there's a Baron fight looming, and they need to have control over it. Lulu, of course, has her Oracles as well. St. Fishes has an Oracles, and it's going to be a matter of who can clear Baron wards faster. It's like Westrice and Corky right there, just kind of exchanging blows, having a nice little pitter-patter in the jungle.
down bot. But whoever can take ward control of Baron can take Baron, I'm pretty sure at this point in time. And Westrice still has TP. He's waiting. He's pushing bot. He's doing exactly what a top laner should do with TP. Looks like Zilean actually going to turn on the aggression a little bit here onto Morgana. Gets a bomb on her, but the Black Shield's going to protect her from a lot of that damage, I'm sure. But here's Westrice. Will he take down the tier 2 turret? I believe he can. It's uncontested. Jax is making his way down there, but I think he'll be a little bit late. No, Westrice actually pulls back the turret. And Jax is going to be able to save that one, clean up the minions there, but that turret's so low, 117 health. That is just a hair away from dropping.
Jackie, can you land a binding? I know it's what you're looking for. Equivocal barely actually dodges it. Heal comes out from Jackie in the middle of the team fight. He does hit it on 2 people, though he goes down very low himself, uses Zhonya's to stay alive. Liu trying to get out of that fight, though. Jackie being turned around. Liu does go down. Jackie goes down. Can Darkness survive against Westrice? Olaf currently trying to do as much damage as he can. Zillion comes out. They take down Westrice. Charlie trying to escape now. Elements with an absolute 0 catches him, though. Darkness, can you get out of this fight? Tofu actually comes back up, jumps onto Cop.
Yeah, wow. It has been an incredible fight right there, but it looks like 3-4-3 will walk away from that. So a two kills exchange for either team. But man, that Zilean ulti actually did a lot of work for Jax. He went down fairly quickly, I would say, tried to stick to Cop as much as possible. The Zilean ulti popped him back up, and then he realized at that point in time, I should probably just pull out of here. A great, decision by him. Of course, when you get Zilean ultied, you have a second life. You get the green mushroom. You know, you're there for another round. But if you decide that sometimes it's smarter to just pull out. It's not always smart to stick around.
If the enemy team wises up to that Zilean ult, they know it's on you, they might just not kill you, in which case you will hang around, you will lose the ultimate after about 7 seconds, and guess what? You have no HP, you're about to die for realsies.
Yeah.
I have to say though, Curse, they're ahead in gold, they still went 2 for 2 in that fight. Westrice, despite his farm, we said, he's looking good. They had so much CC, they waited out the ultimate, we saw the Lulu Transmogrify come out, we saw the Zilean slow keep him in place. Like, he could not really stay on Darkness, and that's what they needed.
Yeah, and Lulu actually did ultimate Alistar as well. So Alistar, being that big, beefy cow, he just walks in, pun intended, he just walks in, pulverizes everyone up around him, and they get knocked up again with the wild growth from Lulu. That's just a lot of CC you don't expect. And then on top of that, as soon as wild growth ends, he's got 400 or 500 bonus health there. He's got his ultimate on top of that Unbreakable Will. The Dark Binding does land on Alistar. He is forced to burn his ultimate, but actually St. Fitch changes targets and he goes into Darkness instead. So it looks like that's just going to be a disengage, but Rampant Growth not up, Unbreakable Will not up, but Westrice coming in from the wings. Will the Dark Binding land? It does not. And now it looks like Curse is just going to pull out of this one at the same time SGS does. So just a few jabs there, I would say. No big right hooks from Mike Tyson. But that Dark Binding barely misses Lulu. She's able to get out of there.
I mean, both teams are so mobile with the Black Shield, with the Zilean speed up. It's hard to stay on a target, and you're really seeing it here. They cannot actually catch somebody on either side. Even when somebody looks out of position, it's like, no, I'm Olaf with a Black Shield. You really can't catch me. I'm Shyvana with a Black Shield. You can't CC me. Or I'm Zilean. I spit up my entire team. We're going on a go-kart ride.
Yes, indeed. That go-kart ride was built for 2. Right now, it looks like Curse is going to turn on the aggression, try to pressure this dragon. They've had 3 dragons taken from them in this game, and they don't want to make it a 4th unless they want to trade it for Baron, do they? Would they be so bold?
Can you do it, Curse? Can you actually go for that decision? No, they pressure out Singapore Sentinels. It looks like they're just going to go for the Dragon Play, but it is warded. St. Vicious, though, going to punch that ward right in the face. 25G straight to him. And, Singapore, they're looking for that opening. Jackie cannot land his bite. Like, they're just dodging them or, predicting them so well.
Lulu hitbox is just a tad too small for Jackie's
Tiny hat.
Oh, this might be the engage. Again, the Dark Binding misses. I don't think I've ever seen Jackie miss so many Dark Bindings in one game.
I wouldn't even call it a miss. They're dodging it. They're
so
good.
I mean, that is absolutely true. You got to give some of the credit to SGS right now. St. Vicious does not have his ultimate back up. What will he do? Will he risk his oracles for the dragon? I don't think he will. The dragon does go to SGS, but Jackie with an aggressive flash, Zanya's ultimate will proc onto one person. Jax does get stunned from that, but he goes down shortly thereafter.
Bullet charge. Luyur does survive, actually. The Lulu saving him in the end. Luyur does go down finally. Equivocal trying to fight. Who has Lulu? Darkness, though, gets exhausted. Westrice currently chasing on them. Kenny gets over the wall. The Valkyrie does save him. Now Equivocal trying to run from there, but the movement speed from Zilean and Lulu is insane.
2-for-1 exchange in the favor of Curse right there. They did lose a 4th dragon. That's got to be a blow to their ego right now, but still, they're up 3k gold. They're up 3 kills. But seriously, these team fights, I cannot really call a decisive winner.
What happens is, people will die, and then both teams will be like, it's time to back up. The Black Shield might land on somebody. Most importantly, that Zillion speed up and Lulu speed up is just going to be like, yo, get on the school bus, we got to go home.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Singapore Sentinels, they have the good disengage, and that's really keeping them alive, because if they stayed for these team fights to like finish them out, they would die, and they would die badly.
And I love that right there. Actually, Zillion just bombed his own creeps while West Rice on Olaf was low health and running away, saying, I dare you to CS these creeps because you will die to this double bomb. So a great plan from him right there. Right now, it looks like St. Fishes has finished his Aegis of the Legion. He has a Phage. He's got the GP10 Heart of Gold ticking. His counterpart in the jungle, Alistar, has a Shirelius, working towards an Aegis of the Legion. He has the makings of it. I wonder if he has that 750 gold in his bank. I'm not quite sure. He has the boots of mobility, though, that Alistar so often build. Looks like Alistar is just about 350 gold shy of finishing the Aegis of the Legion. So right now, I'd say Curse is a little bit more tanky as far as team fighting.
It's a bit tankier. They do have the Black Shield too. At the same time, Zillion Ultimate makes up for the lack of items in a way. So if they can build a bit more DPS, because like you die, well, I'll be revived at least once.
Yeah.
So that's going to be most of what Jax is going to be looking for. St. Vicious actually gets slowed, but you know, Darkness not in a good position to defend. A lot of turret damage comes out, but Curse does back off.
Yes, indeed they do. And Jax, in the meantime, is pushing up top while West Rice is pushing down bot. So those top lane players are wherever they were for this game. You can't really call a player top lane anymore because he can really go anywhere. Top or
the
bot.
Bruiser.
The Bruiser, I like that. I like that. The Bruisers from each team are just kind of hammering down their own lanes. It looks like West Rice actually didn't use his TP. He just recalled to get on up there to stop that push. All the while his friends are in the middle duking it out, trading blows, jab for jab, going punch for punch in this tier 2 mid turret of SGS. It looks like he still has his teleport up, so West Rice, I believe, can stay top as long as he wants and teleport into a fight just kind of whenever the time calls for it. Right now, Lulu did not go down in that last team fight, I don't believe.
She survived,
She
you know,
still
tiny
has her
hat.
Oracle, so her Oracle's still ticking. St. Vicious' Oracle's still ticking. So these Oracles have been on these characters for a long time. How you know, what are the dividends that pay off there?
Well, every ward you kill is going to be 25 gold you gain, and then essentially 75 gold wasted for the enemy team. So it adds up very quickly. There's no like ward killed counter, but if you can really just keep killing wards, you can actually keep a support very low on items. And looking at Lulu, she does have a Reverie and cooldown boots and the Heart of Gold, but really not much else. Going for that Zeke's Herald actually.
Yes, indeed. It looks like Singapore Sentinels are going to go ahead and leash his blue buff. Will it be stolen here by St. Fishes? It looks like he did.
Wow.
Did actually steal it right there. So a fresh blue buff straight to him. He's definitely going to, he doesn't have mana, of course.
Good smite.
Doesn't have mana, of course, but still, he's got the cooldown reduction. Cooldown reduction is always a good thing.
I think it might actually benefit his Rage Generation. That ward actually not in the brush, but St. Vicious will go ahead and eliminate it very quickly. They want the vision for Baron. This is the Baron dance. It's definitely an option for both teams. They can take it down so quickly, and if one team sees the opening, they're going to get Baron, they're going to get into a team fight, and they're just going to be this unstoppable force.
They want it. They want to set a trap in this
Oh,
brush,
Lulu,
and it
don't
looks
do
like
it.
Alistar will spring the trap there. He actually gets out some of the CC because of his Unbreakable Will. He's forced to flash over the wall, but the Ace in the Hole will not take him down. St. Fishes aggressively uses his Dragon Descent over the wall as well. He's taking very low, but that Black Shield doing a lot of work. Here comes Night Jackie. It will proc onto Zillion. Forced to use his ultimate on himself. Lulu falls. So Alistar looks like will be the second one to fall, and looks like Zillion is just piecing out of this party. He doesn't want to be there anymore. That's not his kind of shindig. Shivani goes down to a nice long Zillion bomb, and looks like that is going to be a 2-for-1 exchange in the favor of Curse.
And Tofu on Jax too low to really keep fighting this. Curse, they can go for the Baron if they're feeling confident enough. Looks like they're just going to go push down mid, caring more about the turrets, more about the objectives. Darkness actually puts up a defense, and Curse, well, they're going to back off really quickly.
He does have a Trinity Force and a Bloodthirster with a Chain Vest. I'm going to assume we're going to see a nice glowy Guardian Angel on Corki in the not too distant future.
They like it. They like those Guardian Angels. I actually don't know if you mentioned before, but they've said that they will win a game by buying 5 Guardian Angels because it's such a good item.
It's like the Moscow 5 strat.
Yeah, actually, we mentioned that, Curse has sustained fight. Well, what if they just out-sustain them? It's like, kill us once, shame on me. Kill me twice, all right, I still have my Resilient ult. 3 times, okay, I'm finally dead.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're completely right. SGS doesn't have quite the built-in sustain for the team fights. Alistar does have his Triumphant Roar, which is, a nice AoE heal. But other than that, no real heals on the team of Singapore Sentinels. So you know what they're going to do? We don't have it built in. Let's just buy it. Because money can buy anything, right?
It's true. Zillion, you buy his Guardian Angel, double the life.
Exactly. So that Jax could be really scary whenever he decides to build a Guardian Angel and he has Zillion ulti on top of that. Ooh, I will be excited to see that team fight. Looks like the GA is actually just completed onto Corki, so expect him to see 2 twice the amount of team fights pretty much whenever it does break out. Looks like Tofu is going to activate his Empowered and counter-strike, but not able to leap strike onto Elements to take him down. So we have the Oracles. The Oracle duty was just passed off onto Elements.
Elements, can you hold the Oracle's torch? Can you let the eye hover above you without dying? It's actually tricky as a support. Someone like Nunu especially, you're gonna run in there, you're gonna cast absolute 0, and they're just gonna hate you for it. But if he takes damage, you know what? I think Elements will be fine with that. He wants to let Cop just take as little damage as possible and just DPS from the back.
Yeah, right now West tries to all of that ward's still not hitting that brush.
It's close.
It looks
It's
like
very close.
looks like Lulu has not found the pixel perfect spot to place that ward to actually land it in the
obnoxious
brush.
ward to put down.
That is really. I know Jackie's very good at it, but looks like Lulu needs to take a few lessons, maybe a play out of Jackie's playbook. Right now, down bot, actually Westrise is going to be exchanging blows, one-on-one situation, but he actually decides to keep Jax there and TP away to a Baron fight. So Curse has already started Baron. This will be a 4-on-5 engage if Singapore Sentinels decides to go in, and they take it very quickly. You blink and you miss it. There's a Baron.
I mean, they didn't even have Jax, so I about to say, you know, or not Jax, Olaf there. A team with Olaf will do Baron very quickly. They don't need that crap, though. They have Shyvana, they have Caitlyn, and Blood Boil from Nunu. So much damage coming out from them. But the cool thing was, you know, Westrise, he could have used his ultimate there to get out guaranteed, but he saw Tofu use his counter-strike. He saw that opening. He's like, you know what, I can even say my ultimate. So only the teleport burned in that exchange. That's good. That's a very good teleport.
Fantastic play by Westrise, using his own body to kind of distract Jax away from the Baron that's being taken by his fellow teammates up there. He did, you know, he was late. He didn't put any damage on Baron, but it doesn't matter. They took it so fast anyway. So right now, Curse has Baron. They're up 4 kills. The towers are actually even. They've been trading towers. It looks like Jax is going to make it a tower in their favor if he's able. Oh, the tower's already taken down. I apologize, he did.
This is not good for him, though.
And Jax, what's going to happen here? The exhaust comes out, Counter-Strike will stun St. Vicious while he's in his Dragon's Ascent, trying to drag Jax with him, but he will not. Now Jax is very low on mana, and he is running away with his tail right between his legs. Will St. Vicious be able to catch up with that burnout, giving a lot of extra move speed? He wants to apply his Phage procs. Will he be able to get it? Nope. Turns around.
Actually, we do have the rest of Curse coming, though, and actually, SGS showing up at the same time. Both of them showing up, both of them respecting each other still. Jackie pegging that minion in the face with a binding, and just a disengage happens. Both teams just so respectful, not wanting to go for the crazy plays.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in this position with Singapore Sentinels, you're even on towers. You've taken 4 dragons.
Oh god, Darkness did get hit by the binding, though. Can he actually get out of that? Just Valkyries away, not enough DPS coming out. They focus the turret, focusing on objectives.
Curse wants to blow that Guardian Angel so badly. They want to get that out of the picture for the next big team fight that they want to have while they have Baron, because they can't not use the Baron that they've worked so hard for, that they made an excellent play to achieve. So right now, it looks like Curse is going to use the Baron. They're going to just roam the jungle, donate the enemy blue buff straight to NY Jackie. Cop going to go ahead and take his own red buff for a chance, or just clear the top wave. No pressure. He's kind of just leisurely strolling around, taking minions, doing what he pleases. Now it looks like that Guardian Angel was just complete onto Jax. So you get 2 Guardian Angels on the team of SGS right now, and 0 completed so far onto Curse.
And it doesn't even look like they're going for it. Like, GA is not even an issue right now for Curse. Caitlyn, by the way, has an Infinity Edge, has a Phantom Dancer, just bought a Last Whisper. So normally people say she's not very good as an AD carry in the mid game, because all she has is her auto attack, you know, the Q, the Pilt over Custom, I think that is. It's
Pilt
hard.
over Peacemaker.
Peacemaker, there we go. That's hard to land. You know, it's a second where you spend aiming, shooting it, and it does a lot of damage, but if you can't get a good land off, you know, you wasted time when you should have been attacking.
100%.
But now, with the Last Whisper, with the Phantom Dancer and Infinity Edge, Cop hurts. Cop, playing as Cop Caitlyn, actually, has so much DPS coming out, going to be a huge pain for SGS to deal with.
Yeah, but the next team fight that happens, if you count the 2 Guardian Angels and you count the Zillion ultimate, is essentially going to be an 8-on-5 team fight in the favor of SGS. And that is, do you think Curse's sustained damage can outlast such a ridiculous fight?
Well, actually, we do have Nunu trying to build a Zeke Herald, I believe. Once that comes out, there's going to be a lot of lifesteal for Caitlyn. Until then, though, it's going to be hard to deal with. It's going to be about just positioning. Actually, Chawi taking very low just from a couple auto attacks, but he does get out of there.
Yeah, Cop is critting very hard, ignoring 40% armor, and also just attacking super fast to boot. With, you know, Caitlyn has a very strong lane presence, and it's due mostly in part to her traps are pretty cool. You know, you can put it in brushes and stuff. They use it kind of as wards. People get trapped, stuff like that. She also has a really long attack range, which is also very good. And right now, using it to siege his turret really hard. But here comes Jax, with the aggression counter-strike. He will almost land the stun on the cop, but a great time Black Shield from Jackie will actually save his life. Jackie not burned his ultimate yet. He decides to onto 3 members, but they all flash and get out of the secondary. They will not be stunned by that Soul Shackles. And another missed Dark Binding field goal for Jackie. 3 points on the board for him. And looks like Curse is just going to keep pressuring this turret, trying to take it down. It is very, very low. Roughly, I would say about 200 to 300 health, so just a few more auto attacks will potentially take it down from Cop, but do they have the sustain? Baron just wore off. Can they do this? Jax leaps in. He still has his Guardian Angel. Will he go down? Zillion Time Bomb is going to try to bait this out. There's the headbutt that knocks Element straight out of his absolute zero, and it looks like,
get out of this?
There we go. No, he goes
binding.
down quickly with his Guardian Angel, and then a follow-up kill with a nice Dark Binding from NY Jackie right now. Curse looking really, really good, but that Zillion Time Bomb just absolutely chunked 4 members of Curse, but I mean, at this point in time, may not matter. I believe Curse may be able to take this game.
It looks like they are going to go for this final push. Only 2 members alive, all 5 alive for Curse. Can they actually hold this from SPS? This is going to be tricky. Chowie gets the bomb off of Jackie. It's going to be enough, though. Goes down himself almost instantly. Actually, ultimate used. Very short cooldown. St. Vicious taking some Lulu damage. Can he get out of there? Chowie just blowing up one more time. The turrets are going down. Looks like Curse will take the first game here at IPL Faceoff.
Yeah, and Lulu just knocking him up for good measure, saying, hey, get out of here. I am Lulu. But it does not matter. Cop focusing that Nexus very effectively. Wester's teleporting.
Where's he going to go? Where's he going to go? Top lane.
Top. Well,
Yeah.
so you start top, you end top. You know, live top, live
You
by the
started
top,
bot.
die by the top. Well, I suppose, yeah.
You
But he went
start
up there
bot,
pretty
you
early.
end top. It's like the circle of life.
Indeed.